Day 2 of the event window, and the waves are firing here at Jeffreys Bay. Another big matchup for you out in the lineup now. Owen Wright up against this man, Ian Gouveia. Two of the best backhand tube riders on the championship tour. Will they get the opportunity to find some cover through that inside section? Ian Gouveia letting go of some solid turns on the outside at the moment. Really clouding a couple of those pockets on the outside in that tricky wind. Expecting that to die off throughout the day, but at the moment, a little challenging for the competitors. Gouveia, though, doing really well on this wave. It's starting to cup out on the inside. It's going to shut down. Let's check out the replay of that opening exchange, starting with Ian Gouveia.
So Ian Gouveia wanting to draw that first blood, putting pressure on Owen Wright. Of course, when you're looking at these sets coming in, to choose the right wave can be such a challenge because they all look so perfect. Middle part of this wave, you really had to work hard to get back to that open face. But this angle here, you can see how those chops are coming up the face. It is so challenging to get those maneuvers done without having your board fly out from under your feet, skipping out. Really like how he was able to kind of get through it. It's almost like he was feeling it out.
It's going to be a positive start for him. Right behind him, Owen Wright taking off. The lanky surfer, 6'3" tall, and uses all that leverage very well out here at Jeffreys Bay. He's had some strong finishes here in the past. The best of them a semi-final. Couple of solid turns as he makes his way down the line. Loading up for something special here. Grabs that rail for a moment and then up into the lip and unloads. Nice transition snap to keep that flow down the line, but opts out of the end section hit. But a good exchange to kick things off, Pete.
Wind is a lot stronger than even earlier this morning. I was hoping that we were going to see this north wind kind of abate before we even got started, but it's actually picked up slightly, which is what Strider was actually mentioning as you watched Owen here. Again, he's kind of feeling it out as well. I think he's really seeing where that board's going to feel, how much he can push it. And he starts to really get the flow going right here as this wave opens up. Beautiful snaps on the backhand, getting a little bit more upside on that final move. So almost picking up the pace throughout the entire ride, and the best turns happening at the end.
With that extra momentum that you can generate surfing these long walls. Let's see what he can do with this one. This is live action. Owen Wright looking to stay at the top end of the ratings, avoiding a 25th place finish here. Really motoring down the line now. Draws off the bottom as the wave starts to slow down. Delivers a nice hit to the pocket. And again, just pacing himself down the line. This one is going to shut down and get away from him, though. 25 minutes to go, plenty of time here.
Be interesting to see if any of these surfers do make an attempt to go from that top portion. But I mean, you can see how much of a challenge it is just to get down the line, even from taking off at the car park section. Again, staying super high on the wave, and that's holding that speed, and then you time it perfectly so you come down with all that speed and bottom turn into the section to do the maneuvers. You know, we've seen it be a little disjointed because he gets that turn off, but again, has to get back in the gas pedal, get up high in the wave. Look first at Ian's wave. So it's a little bit smaller, first wave of the set, but it has a nice pace on it, especially through this section here where he gets tight and compact. You see how he tucked his back knee in up onto the board, and that allows him to get super small and also keep all that speed. Shot right through that one with ease, and the big float at the end. Very solid. It's going to be the best ride for Ian Gouveia, and he's going to be right in this heat. Look at this angle here from the drone. There it is, tucks the knee in tight to the board, literally on the stringer, right in the middle of the board, and that allows him to get super small, and he's actually squaring his shoulders through the barrel. Allows him to have that little extra stability.
Right behind him, Owen Wright's up as well, and he's in the fast lane. Drawing off the bottom now, up into the pocket. Delivers a nice hit there, up into the lip once again. Mixing things up with a little float. He'll stomp it on the inside. Great exchange. But what about the tube ride?
That was unbelievable. It's exactly what Ian can do. He really leans forward, and he's small and compact, so he's not going to let that wave touch him at all. And that's what allowed him to have all that speed and shoot through that barrel with ease. That squaring up with the shoulders really helps out to keep the stability and also the speed. Owen on the outside section now gets a couple turns. Beautiful wave here. A little bit bigger, sat outside of the whitewater from Ian Gouveia. But it feels like those maneuvers are great on the inside, but the barrel could conceivably be a little bit nicer and a little bit stronger score.
The Australian in second spot looking for a 7.18. Ian Gouveia out in front now, trying to get rid of a 6. Up once again. And just rides a little high in the pocket there. The fins go out the back. He gets caught up in that wind and goes down.
Probably a good thing. He was sitting with second priority, so not a mistake by any means. That wave there didn't have that scoring potential to probably better the 6, so probably good that he fell.
Will Owen make him pay for it? Just loading up. Grabs that rail, tucks in, and he finds a good line through the tube as well. Shoving himself in there, out onto the open face now. Starting to find that rhythm. Those big backhand blasts. Flows into a floater and really executes it nicely, falling out of the lip with that strong breeze, Pete. We're going to see a lot of those kind of tail drop floats.
So mid-size set wave here for Owen. He is going to pull the trigger. Right here, 6'3", see how tight and compact, very similar style to Ian Gouveia. You got to get that back knee right up onto the board, tucked in, and all your weight forward, which he has done. And it seems like his maneuvers here on the end a little bit stronger than Ian Gouveia's.
Pete, talk to me a little bit about the barrel riding technique, because it's different to some of the other locations that we see on the Championship Tour. Surfers aren't really dragging themselves here, are they?
No, they're not. They're all down the line. They're trying to not have any water touch you whatsoever, whereas a lot of backside skills, you're trying to drag your bum and slow down. But here, you're all down the line. And the other thing that you need to do is you cannot have that wave touch you. As soon as it touches you, it slows you down, and you're not going to make the barrel. We've seen it time and time again.
I feel like I surfed all right, considering I'm definitely rusty. I don't really know where I can push my foot. Yesterday was really the first session. I caught like 4 waves at lowers the other day just to see should I bring boards to Africa, and it didn't feel great. But I was like, maybe in a few days I'll be all right if we hold off. And I feel like I surfed all right considering how rusty I feel, and my decision making in heats is a little bit rusty too. But it really all came down to that one wave. I had priority.
Yeah, that lineup would be absolutely packed if competition wasn't underway. Owen Wright, Ian Gouveia making pretty good work of these tricky conditions at the moment, both with big numbers. Owen up once again, but he gets a little tangled up and caught in that wind there. And he goes down.
Well, and to be honest, from Kelly's heat to even this heat, there's a pretty substantial difference in strength of wind and actually direction of wind.
So that last wave for Owen Wright's not going to factor into the heat at all. He's trying to better a 6.83 to increase his lead over the Brazilian at the moment. Let's try and identify what goes wrong here, Pete. The wrong approach to the lip out there today can really cost you.
It sure can. I mean, again, this is a good angle to see all those ribs coming off. Those are probably 6 to 8 inch waves.
Roots here in Africa as well. So he loves competing here at Jefferies. Right now, though, Owen Wright up once again. And let's just see if he changes up that approach. Just hanging back a little bit more patient on this one, waiting for that opportunity. Plants a nice turn on the first section. And now transitioning down the line. Clean flow at the moment on a wave that is really ripped out.
He's there to try and get out, but not quick enough. Now, is this going to better his low score of the 6.83? All maneuvers here. He does well. A little bit more committed in the lip on that backhand. Straight up into it, especially with all that wind. Very challenging to do. Good rhythm, and he's got combination of major moves. Nice solid finish.
Meanwhile, out the back, Ian Gouveia's up. And he is steamrolling down the line. Grabs that rail. He does drag for a moment. He's locked in there. He's going to come through this one. Reappears, but gets completely chopped by that falling lip on the closeout there.
Guillotine. Comes up, looks like he's okay, but that landed directly on his dome. He got cleaned up as we watch this replay here of Gouveia. So nice snap there. And this is a great angle to see those ribs coming off the face. This is second wave of the set, so a little bit more groomed. But here you see he sees it, jumps up to the front of the board, slows it down right there, and then releases it. Very deep. bottom of it, could he have stayed tight up there?
Owen's taking a look at this one. These waves are just crazy how beautiful they are, and they're coming in. Let's see if he gets into this thing. He's going to go, boys. Take it away.
Beautiful looking wall here for Wright. He didn't improve his situation. His last ride came through at a 6.77. That one's obviously not going to enter the equation either. So he'll head back out just on a minute remaining. He just wants to hold that priority.
Smart.
That position of control on the takeoff zone. This wave, even though it's not what you'd call treacherous, it definitely packs a punch, and that cold water kind of takes it out of you too.
It sure does. And all the elements here in Africa are a challenge. That wind, the cold water, of course, the fatigue that comes from riding these waves super long, and the paddles back out.